So my talk title today is Divine Spark, which has a lot to do with love, the spark of our heart. I let the fire of infinite love spark my heart. Say that with me. I let the fire of infinite love spark my heart. Yeah. So the Centers for Spiritual Living global theme this month is called Sticking the Landing. Did you watch the Olympics this summer? You probably couldn't get away from it. But the gymnastics, right? At the end of a gymnastics routine, after the twirls and the spins and the leaps, the gymnast must land upright on their feet and stick the landing, right? In order to get a perfect score. So now we're coming to the end of a year, hard to believe, and we've been exploring in Science of Mind the idea of a grand rising. And here we are, landing on our feet, grounded in timeless principles. Or are we?
Yes.
Am I a little off? Holly, thank you for saying in the Joyce in support that you're coming back to your faith. That was very, it took courage to say that. But yeah, she's going to stick her landing now. Because we all fall off. I do too. But we have to be grounded in our principles. So as we allow that fire of love, the fire of spirit to move us, we then rise to new levels of joy, alignment with spirit. Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, in her book Whole Brain Living, says we are feeling creatures who think. We're feeling creatures. You know, we can have all the words, all the information, all the intellect crammed full of facts, all the data, but it's actually our feeling heart that is the true source of the power of the one source moving through us and animating our life. And I know for some of us we can be worn down by the dust and grit of the journey. We can get lost in despair, disillusionment, even disbelief. Yet. Oh, look at those beautiful leaves falling. If we catch that divine spark, if we can let the holy and the sacred remove the fog of separation, then the light with a capital L within rekindles and blazes up new vigor and inspiration within us.
Yeah.
Ernest Holmes, our founder, said, that which is felt cannot be taught, while that which is taught can be felt. It's kind of a paradox. Yes. So it's one thing, in other words, to intellectually know something, but until it's embodied, until it's felt, until there's emotion, passion, conviction added, the words and ideas are empty of animating power. You can say affirmations all you want, but if you're not feeling it and believing it, right? I know you all know this. I'm speaking to the choir here. That's okay. So as we begin to free ourselves from the ties that bind us emotionally and allow ourselves, with a capital S, to fully and vibrantly express, then we bring more of the fire of the divine into our life. And the core emotion is love. Capital L, capital O, capital V, capital E. It's like a neon sign. Love cover me, as Gary's saying. What if we put on our love coat every morning before we went out the door? I'm wearing my love coat today. How would you be with other people? How would you drive? How would you stand in line? How would you answer the phone? How would you write a text if you had your love coat on? Just saying. I let the fire of infinite love blaze in my heart. Repeat. I let the fire of infinite love blaze in my heart. Yeah. That's a good seed to plant, isn't it? So Ernest Holmes also said love is the central flame of the universe, the very fire itself. Love is self-givingness through creation, the imparting of the divine through the human. So as we let this divine love and life express through us and embody and manifest the divine nature in our lives, we literally can love what we desire into existence. So I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment, or at least just go within. Take a breath, check in with your inner wisdom self for a moment as I ask you some questions. How open and ablaze is my heart? Just ask yourself, just notice. Am I open to life? Or am I trying to do life and push against it? When is my heart more open? And when is it more closed? And breathe. And what could I do or be to increase the openness of my heart? Because there's that within you that knows that answer. How can I open my heart? Okay, you can come back. When we play small and safe, we withhold the fire of divine love. When we stay in a protected place. Now, it's important to protect ourselves, don't get me wrong. But there's also a wall that we can create. And it's only by living a little more expansive and trusting and having faith that we really create a grand rising. And just as we want to land on solid principles, we also need to stand there with an open heart, with the love and the joy of the universe. Because one without the other creates a life of chaos, anybody? Or a dispassionate life. Ernest said, the spirit fires the soul with energy and understanding. The soul, which is the subjective mentality, then vitalizes the body and animates everything we do. So think about this. What is your approach to life? Are you afraid of it? Do you try to control it? No, not me. Do you think you have to do everything right to control life? Would you rather be right or be in the loving? We're always in choice, aren't we? So many people damp down that flame of their heart due to either conditioning, playing it safe, fear of disapproval, or due to unhealed grief, and not wanting to be opened up after being hurt. I know that one. That's why it's so important we talk about this here, to face our inner shadows and to bring the light of love back into our hearts so that we can allow that spirit back in. Helen Keller said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. She calls the worst of evils is apathy. Because life is what it is. It's always changing. Have you noticed the seasons are changing? Right? Do you resist change? It's a paradox, isn't it? Because life is both beautiful, flowing, and joyful, and chaotic and violent. That's what it is. And life includes death. Everything in life appears for a while and then recedes back into the great mystery. It's only, I believe, when we try to fight life, try to control it, try to make it into what we want it, that we then experience true pain and struggle. That's when we live at our lowest level of consciousness. David Hawkins talks about that in the map of consciousness, which we've studied here before. Viewing life as something that happens to us, and we feel like a helpless victim. And with all that struggle and pain, then we close off our heart, trying to intellectualize our way through a controlled life. It doesn't work. Oh, I'm going to figure it all out. Yes, difficulties happen. Yes, things happen. And we can learn to flow with life, to release and let go. Love cover me. Put on your love coat. And then you'll feel safe enough to let your heart open. I let the fire of infinite love spark my heart.
Let the fire of infinite love spark my heart.
In his book, Illusions, Richard Bach describes a group of creatures who live clinging tightly and desperately to rocks on a stream. One of them finally decides to let go. And at first, they're battered and bumped along the rocks, but soon they learn to flow with the stream. And as we learn to flow with the river of life, we discover freedom, joy, harmony. But it begins with the willingness to open our heart again and to let go of those old wounds and hurts. And I know that's not easy. But we have to, I really believe we have to stop defining ourselves by our woundedness and begin to define ourselves by our passion, our aliveness. And then, instead of life happening to us, life happens within and as us. Right? And as we recognize that we're literally manifestations of love, immersed in an infinite field of love, not only will we feel safe, but we even let go of seeking only safety, and we come out and play. And we have fun. We enjoy life. Remember Debbie Downer? On Saturday Night Live, not me yet. Oh boy. So Dr. Joe Dispenza, brilliant mind, said the heart is the center of wholeness. It's the union of opposites, where the polarities come together and meet as one. It's where the duality of positive and negative charge merge, equalize, and unify. It's the center of a magnet. The heart is where elevated emotions like love are born. And, he says, it's the bridge to the divine within. When the heart is activated with energy and attention, it has its own unique consciousness. So when we feel, here's the feel again, and allow emotions like gratitude, appreciation, care, generosity, compassion, a host of physiological changes take place in the body. And these emotional states then generate a new energy that tends to be healing for you. Right? He also talks about relaxed in the heart but awake in the brain. The perfect state, he says, to open the door between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. That space that allows your autonomic nervous system to receive new information. Relaxed and awake. The state in which we create. That's what meditation is, right? Those of you that come to my Wednesday night, first of the month meditation, we get into a deep, relaxed state, but we're awake. So it's been said that love heals. That love is the glue that holds everything together, down to the subatomic level, mind you. So what if we opened our heart's energy and let love heal us? What a concept. I let the fire of infinite love blaze in my heart.
Let the fire of infinite love blaze in my heart.
Take a breath with that. So I have a short little story for you that was sent to me. And the author said, many years ago, a friend showed me a humorous book called something like How to Keep Your Norwegian Happy. On one page, in large letters, would be the problem. Then you turn the page to find the solution. For example, your Norwegian is worried. Turn the page. The solution is, give your Norwegian a cup of coffee and wait 15 minutes. Okay. No matter what the problem was, the solution was always the same. Give your Norwegian a cup of coffee and wait 15 minutes. So it is with life, she says. Obviously, the solution to life's problems is not just a cup of coffee, but there is a universal answer. Give your brain a cup of light, a cup of higher consciousness, and wait 15 minutes. She says, if I were to write a book entitled How to Make Your Life Happy, the pages might read something like this. My brain is worried about the aftermath of the American election. Turn the page. Give your brain a cup of faith and wait 15 minutes. Faith is the antidote to worry. If you want to perceive truth, she says, we must appreciate that a great ocean of consciousness lies underneath the small waves of the current conditions. So no matter what those current conditions are in your body, in your life, or in the collective, underneath, there's a great ocean of consciousness. Paramahansa Yogananda said, the one thing that will help to eliminate world suffering, more than money, houses, or any material aid, is to transmit through meditation to others the divine consciousness and love of God that we feel. 1,000 dictators can never destroy what we have within us. If you want to heal the polarization between people, there's a solution. Give your brain a cup of kindness and wait 15 minutes. Kindness is the light that dissolves all walls between souls, families, and nations. Your Norwegian is feeling stressed. Give your brain a cup of gratitude and wait 15 minutes. Gratitude is the antidote to negative reactions. Gratitude opens the heart and connects us to the flow of divine blessings. Don't we know that? Finally, you don't have to go anywhere to find a cup of higher consciousness. All we have to do is be still, meditate, calm those restless waves of thought, and look beneath the surface of our agitation. Divine consciousness is always in us, within us, just waiting for us to pay attention to it. Acting as a channel of love and light is especially important during uncertain times. The great Master Babaji was asked, why don't you do something to stop all the evil in the world? The great Avatar responded, my job is not to suppress evil and darkness, but to increase the light. What if that's our mission also, our job, to increase the light? Freely offering light and love to everybody who crosses our path. Are you willing to do that this week?
Yes.
Just put on your love coat, or put on your love glasses, and just see how it feels, just to have a different attitude about things. Because as we take the time to consciously let go of those old fears, hurts, beliefs, even superstitions that have haunted not only us but humanity for lifetimes, as we connect ever more deeply with the spirit within all around us, our hearts will be ablaze with love. Guaranteed. Or I'll give you your money back. The great Charles Fillmore, who was the co-founder of Unity, said this at age 93. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me. Wow. Yeah. So I invite you this week to let your heart sizzle with zeal and be ablaze with love. Why not? And let Spirit express through you as you, and see what happens. And this week, if you know that there are blockages of fear, hurt, grief, please call a practitioner. Call me. That's why we're here. Join a support group. Join a grief support group or any kind of support group to get the support you need. expanding, becoming more inclusive. Practice listening and trusting your heart in your life. Fall in love with your heart. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. I let the fire of infinite love spark in my heart.